I'm going to say the character name, you're going to say your name, and then we are going to go into the script. Three Sisters by Sarah Rule. Tonight, playing Olga.
Ellie Vogt.
Playing Masha.
Rachel Adler.
Playing Irina.
Sylvie Hartley.
Playing Andre, their brother.
Shelton Tripp.
Playing Natasha, his wife. Natasha, his wife. Oh, that's Annie, who's not here. Sorry. Annie's here.
I just joined. Hi.
Hi.
Hello, Annie.
Good timing. How are you? Just got here.
Okay, Annie. So just remember to start video when you're on and stop video when you're off.
Got it.
So tonight, playing Natasha, his wife, is Annie. Playing Kulijin, Masha's husband.
David Mackler.
Playing Rushinin, a colonel.
Thomas Gruben.
Playing Solioni, a staff captain.
Marley Diamond.
Playing Chibutkian, an army doctor.
Larry Gutman.
Playing Tusenbach, a baron and lieutenant.
Christopher Young.
Playing Anfisa, a nurse.
Liz Go.
Playing Fidotic and Rodet, a lieutenant.
Michael Janov.
And playing Ferapont.
Will you get mine? Sorry, grab it.
Playing Ferapont and Old Watchman.
Bernie.
Bernie.
That's me. Okay. Whatever his name is. I'm playing whatever his name is.
Act 1. The Prozorov's home, a large room with a living area and a dining area. Midday, full of light. A table is being set for lunch. Olga, wearing a blue teacher's uniform, correcting students' exams. Masha, wearing black, her hat in her lap, reading a book. Irina, in a white dress, stands thinking.
Father died a year ago today, on your birthday, Irina, May 5th. It was so cold. It snowed. I thought I'd never live through it, and you fainted, as though you were the dead one. But now it's been a year, and we can remember with some lightness. You're wearing white again, and your face is shining. The clock struck then, too, on that day. It sounded like this. I remember when they carried Father away, the music playing and guns firing at the cemetery. He was the commander of a whole troop. Still, not many people came. Well, it was raining, freezing rain mixed in with snow.
I remember.
Today is warm and we can leave the windows wide open. The birch trees are almost blooming. I remember so clearly 11 years ago. Father was an officer and we left Moscow in early May, same as today. Moscow in early May, blooming, warm, golden. 11 years ago, but yesterday. My God, I woke up this morning, saw masses of light flooding in, and my God, the spring. I felt this great happiness in my soul, and I wanted to go home.
The hell with you both.
Fine, fine, it's silliness.
Oh, stop whistling, Masha, it's bad luck. Every day I teach, every night I tutor. My head aches always, and my thoughts are an old lady's. 4 years serving that school, and I feel my youth and strength draining out of me. The only thing that gets stronger is a dream.
To go to Moscow, sell the house, be done with everything, and go.
Yes, fast as we can to Moscow.
Andre will most likely be a professor. He won't stay in this town. But poor Masha, stuck here.
Masha can visit every summer.
I hope so. It's so beautiful out. I don't know why I feel so happy. This morning I thought, it's my birthday. And suddenly I felt so happy. I could feel my childhood when Mama was alive. And I thought happier and happier thoughts coming at me like waves. Oh, what thoughts!
Today, all of you is shining. You're prettier than ever. Masha looks pretty too. Andre would be nice looking, only he's gotten so fat. Doesn't look good on him. And I got old, bony. It's because of the girls' school. I get so angry. But now, today I'm free. I'm home. My head doesn't hurt and I feel younger than I did yesterday. Maybe everything is for the best, God's will and all that. But I do think if I'd gotten married and sat home all day, it would have been nicer. I would have loved my husband.
You say such stupid things, I won't listen. I forgot to tell you, today you will have a visit from our new commanding officer, Colonel Vershinin.
Really? Well, that's nice.
Is he old?
Not so much. 40, 45 at the outer limit. Seems like a good man and not stupid. Without a doubt, but does talk a lot.
Is he interesting?
Sure, but he has a wife and a mother-in-law to go with her and 2 little girls. On top of that, it's his second wife. He goes around saying, I have a wife and 2 girls, and he'll tell you too. But his wife is sad and half crazy, wears her hair long in braids like a child, talks in overblown language about philosophy, and frequently tries to kill herself. She likes to add salt to his already existing wounds, I suppose. I would have left a woman like that years ago, but he's stoic. He stays and complains.
I can only lift 50 pounds with 1 arm, but I can lift 200 pounds with 2 arms. What do I conclude? That 2 men are twice as strong as 1, or 3 times even, or more.
Remedy for hair loss. Mix 2 ounces of naphthalene in a bottle of alcohol. Dissolve and use daily. I'll make a note of that in my little book. Here's what to do. Take a cork, stick it in a bottle, get a glass pipe, put it through the cork. Then take a pinch of baking soda.
Ivan Romanovich, my dear Ivan Romanovich.
What is it, my girl, my joy?
Tell me why I am so happy today. I am a ship with sails, full sails, and the sky over me is blue and white and full of birds, big white birds. Why do you think that is? Why?
My white bird.
I woke up this morning, got up and washed my face, and everything in the world seemed suddenly clear to me. I knew how to live. I knew everything. Sweet Ivan Romanovich, people have to work, to labor, work by the sweat of our brows. No matter who we are, this is our one purpose, joy, ecstasy. The thrill of getting up in the morning and drilling a hole in the street, or feeding sheep, teaching children, or making a train go. My God, why be a person? I'd rather be an ox or a simple horse and do something. Anything but a young lady who wakes up at noon, drinks her coffee in bed, and takes 2 hours to button a dress. Oh, disgusting. I want to work the way I want an ice cold drink in the summertime. And if I don't manage to wake up and down every day and work, then promise me you'll desert me forever, Ivan Romanovich.
I promise to desert you forever.
Father had us up at 7. Now Irina opens her eyes at 7, but she lies in bed until 9, thinking, with such a serious look on her face.
You look at me like a little girl. So you think it's strange my face looks serious, but I'm all grown up.
Work, God, yes. I've never worked a day in my life. I was born in Petersburg, where it's cold and people are lazy. And my family never knew hardship. I remember when I got home from school, our servant would take off my boots while I threw a tantrum, but my mother just looked at me adoringly, surprised if the servants looked less than adoring as I kicked them. My parents kept me from hard work, always. But now, times have changed. There's a hurricane on the horizon, gathering speed and force, and soon it will be here. A great and terrible wind will clean out our lazy, sick indifference, and anyone who's ever expressed boredom will be washed clean out. I will work. I myself will work. And in 25 or 30 years, we will all work. Everyone.
Not me.
You don't count.
You won't be alive in 25 years, thank God. In a few years, you'll have a heart attack and drop dead, my friend, or else I'll lose my temper and put a bullet through your head.
Huh. I've never done a thing. After I left school, I didn't lift a finger, never got to the end of a book. I read the newspaper. Oh, and I read in the paper about some famous writer, so now I know his name and the fact that he's famous. But what he says, I have no idea. Ah, it's for me, a visitor. I'll be right there.
He's got something up his sleeve.
Indeed, he looks rather triumphant. He must have a large present for you.
Oh, how unpleasant.
Oh, yes, it's awful. He can be such a little boy.
By the bending sea, a green oak tree, where a golden chain is bound.
You're not happy, Masha. Where are you going?
Home.
That's strange.
You'd leave a birthday?
Oh, it's all the same day. I'll come back tonight. Bye, darling. I wish you health and happiness. Back when Father was alive, 30 or 40 officers would come to our parties, and it was wonderfully loud. But today we have approximately 1.5 men, and it's about as loud as the desert. I'm leaving. A touch of melancholy, as I say. I'm no fun right now. Don't listen to me. We can have a good talk later. But goodbye for now, darling. I'm off. I'll go somewhere.
You're really something.
I understand you, Marcia.
When a man talks philosophy, you get sophistry. But when a woman talks philosophy, or God forbid too, you might as well pull my finger.
What's that supposed to mean, you horrible man?
Oh, nothing. A man cannot breathe in any case when a brown bear comes and sits on his face. And that is how life is.
Oh, Olga, stop blubbering.
Enter Andrija and Therapont with a birthday cake.
Come in, old man. Your feet are clean. A cake from Protopopov at the council office.
Thanks. Tell him I said thanks.
What?
Thank him.
Daddy, get Therapont some cake.
What?
Oh, come with me, Grandpa. Let's go.
I don't like Protopopov, whatever his name is. You shouldn't have invited him.
I didn't.
Good.
Jabudikin comes in.
Ivan Romanovich, why?
Oh, what? A samovar? Oh my God! That's for a husband to give a wife. How awful!
Told you so.
Why?
Be ashamed of yourself.
My dears, my darlings, you've all I've got. I love you more than anything in the world. I'm an old man, a husk of a man, aware of my own insignificance. The best thing about me is my love for you. And if it weren't for you three, I'd have given up the ghost long ago. darling, I've known you since the day you were born. I held you in my arms. I loved your mother. May she rest in peace.
But why such expensive presents?
Expensive presents. That's ridiculous. Put the samovar over there. Expensive presents.
My dear, there's a strange colonel at the door. A stranger. Never seen him here before. Already took his overcoat off. My angels. He's on his way in. Harry, be nice. Our lunch is already getting cold. Lord have mercy.
Must be Vershinin. Lieutenant Colonel Vershinin.
Sorry.
I have the honor of presenting. Oh, there you go. Lieutenant Colonel Vershinin.
I have the honor of presenting myself, Vershinin. I'm so happy to finally be in your home. Ah, look at you. What you've become.
Sit anywhere. We're so glad you've come.
Happy I'm here. Happy I'm here. But you are 3 sisters. I remember 3 girls. I don't remember your faces, but I remember that your father, Colonel Prozorov, had 3 little girls. I saw you with my own eyes. Oh, how time flies, how time flies.
He's from Moscow.
Moscow? You're from Moscow?
Yes, your father was a commander in Moscow, and I was an officer under his command. Now, your face, I believe I remember.
But you? No.
Olya, come quick. Colonel Vershinin from Moscow.
You must be Olga, the oldest. And you, Masha. And you're Irina, the baby.
You're from Moscow?
Yes, I studied in Moscow and joined the army there, served for a long time, and finally got my own command here in this town. Funny, I don't really remember you, but I remember that there were 3 sisters. Your father remains perfectly stamped in my memory. If I close my eyes, I can still see him under my eyelids. I used to go to your house in Moscow.
I thought I remembered everyone, but now...
My name is Alexander Ignatievich.
Alexander Ignatievich from Moscow. What a surprise.
We're moving back, in fact.
Perhaps by September. It's our city. We were born there, on Old Basmania Street.
Yes.
Oh, a fellow countryman. Oh, now I remember. I do. Olya, do you remember? They used to tell stories about the lovesick major.
Yes, that's it. The lovesick major. That was me.
You only had little whiskers then. Oh, you're older now.
Yes, they
You're
used to
old.
yes, they used to call me the lovesick major because I was young and I was in love. Well, now times have changed.
Oh, but you don't have a single gray hair. You're older, but you're not old.
And yet I'm 43. When did you come from Moscow?
11 years ago. Masha, what's wrong? Don't cry, silly. You'll make me cry.
Nothing. What street did you live on?
Old Basmani.
Same as us.
And then I lived on Nemysky Street. I'd walk on Nemysky Street down to the barracks. Remember that sad old bridge down there? Water rushing under your feet? What a sound. Alone on that bridge, the sound could make your soul go all cold.
Yes.
But this river here is such a joyful big river, wide and strong.
Yes, but cold, cold with mosquitoes.
Oh, come on now. It's good weather here. Fresh, bracing, healthy, Slavic. A forest, a river, and birch trees. Birches as humble as they are beautiful. Of all trees, I love them best. It's a good life here. But strange, no train station for 18 miles, and no one knows why.
I know why. Because if the station was near, then it wouldn't be far. And if it was far, it wouldn't be near.
Ha ha ha, Vasily Vasilich.
Now I remember you. I remember.
I knew your mother.
A good woman, God bless her soul.
Mama is buried in Moscow.
In Novodevichy Cemetery.
Imagine, I'm already beginning to forget her face. One day no one will remember us either. We'll be forgotten too.
True, will be forgotten. That's life. There's no getting around it. Our projects, our obsessions, serious, big, important. A time will come when they won't be important anymore. And you can't guess what will be considered vast and important and what will be considered small and ridiculous. When Columbus and Copernicus first appeared, people thought they were laughable, while some backwards drivel written by an idiot was the gospel truth. And it may be that our lives, so familiar and dear to us, will in time seem strange, stupid, disgusting, or even depraved.
Who knows? They might call us stewards of knowledge, a high point of civilization. We don't have torture, capital punishment, invasions, but still, all the suffering.
Oh, cheap, cheap, cheap. You don't need chicken seed for the Baron. He can dine upon philosophy.
Will you leave me alone, for God's sakes? Your jokes are getting boring.
Cheap, cheap, cheap.
But in spite of all the suffering, there are other cultural improvements, moral progress.
Yes, yes, of course.
You said, Baron, they'll call our lives a high point, but people are basically low. Look how short I am, for instance. But keep calling me elevated. I like it.
That's Andre playing, our brother.
He is a scholar of the family. He was born to be a professor. Father was a military man, but he gave birth to an academic.
That's what Papa wanted for him.
I'm afraid we teased him today. He's in love.
With a local girl. She might come to lunch.
Oh, and her clothes. They're not ugly or unfashionable. They're just sad. A strange, loud, yellowish skirt with a pathetic fringe, topped off with a red jacket. And her pink cheeks, scrubbed, scrubbed, scrubbed until they're like apples. Andre can't be in love. I won't allow it. He's got some taste. He's just teasing us. I heard she's marrying Protopopov, chairman of the county council, which would be perfect. Andre, come here. Just for a minute, dear.
This is my brother Andre.
Vershinin.
Oh, nice to meet you. You're the new battery commander?
He's from Moscow.
Oh, well, congratulations. Now my sisters won't leave you alone.
I think I've already bored your sisters.
Look at this picture frame. Andre gave me today for my birthday. He made it himself.
Oh, yes. What a thing.
And this one on the piano, he made that too.
Andre's our little scholar. He plays the violin and can carve so many, many objects out of wood. He's practically a Renaissance man. Oh, Andre, don't go. Oh, he's always wandering off. Come back.
Come on, come on.
Leave me alone.
You're being silly. Christian used to be called the lovesick major, and he didn't get upset.
Not in the least.
I'll call you the lovesick violinist.
Or the lovesick professor.
Andre's in love. Andreushka's in love.
Bravo, bravo, Andreushka is in love.
For love, sweet love alone, did nature put us on this earth to roam.
Enough already. I didn't sleep at all last night, and I'm not myself today. I stayed up reading until 4 and went to bed, but nothing happened. I thought of this and that, and suddenly the sun is climbing into my bedroom so early. This summer, while I'm here, I want to translate this wonderful English novel.
You read English?
Yes, my father, may he rest in peace, oppressed us with education. He really cracked the whip. I know it sounds funny, but after he died, I started to put on the pounds. It was like my body was suddenly freeing itself of my father and his discipline. Thanks to my father, we all know French, German, English, and Irana knows Italiano. But at what cost?
It's a silly affectation to know 3 languages in a town like this one. No, not even an affectation. It's an extra appendage, like having a 6th finger. We know too much.
Oh, you know too much? How can that be? I can't believe any town could be so backward that it has no place for intelligent, educated people. Imagine that out of 100,000 people in this town, I agree it's a little forlorn and lacks culture. Okay, but let's say there are only 3 people like you 3 sisters. Well, of course, you can't transform the masses. You will instead dissolve into them. You will be silenced by life. Life itself will hush you up, but you won't dissolve without an imprint. After your death, there will be 6 more like you, then 12, and so on until people like you, enlightened people, will become the majority. In 200 or 300 years, life on earth will be beyond beautiful, beyond imagination, sublime. Man needs that life. And if it doesn't yet exist, he must sense it coming, wait for it, prepare for it by dreaming of it. That is why we must perceive more deeply than our parents perceived, see more fully than our grandparents saw. And you complain that you know too much?
I'll stay for lunch.
You should write that all down.
You say that life on earth will be beautiful, sublime. Could be. But to experience even a fraction of that beauty, even now, from far off, we need to lay the groundwork. We need to work.
Yes. Look at all these flowers. Oh, what a beautiful place you all live in. I'm jealous. I've lived my life in tiny apartments with 2 chairs, a couch, and heaters that sputter. I think what I've been missing all my life are exactly these flowers. Ah, well, what can you do?
Yes, we need to work. You might think there's the German getting sentimental, but look, I'm Russian. I don't even speak German. My father was Russian Orthodox.
I often think, what if we could begin life over again, consciously? The life we'd lived before would be a smudgy, rough draft, and the new life would be clean, the book itself. Then we wouldn't repeat our old mistakes. We'd at least invent for ourselves a new setting, a room full of flowers and masses of light. I have a wife and 2 little girls, and my wife is not a, well, lady, and so on. But if I started my life over again from the very beginning, I wouldn't be married. No, no.
My dear sister-in-law, allow me to congratulate you on the day of your birthday and to wish you sincerely from my heart health and everything else a young girl your age might wish, within the bounds of reason and propriety. Here's a token from me to you, a history of our local high school, written by yours truly. It's a little nothing, a trifle. I wrote it long ago when I had nothing better to do, but all the same, read it. Good afternoon, everyone. The name's Cooligan, a teacher to the local high school, civil servant of the 7th class. You can find every single graduate of our high school in this little book, every name for the past 50 years. Feci quod potui faciant meliora potentis.
You gave me this book last Easter.
No, did I? All right, then give it back. Or let's give it to the Colonel. Here, Colonel, read it when you're overcome with boredom.
Thank you. Oh, I'm overjoyed that I met all of you.
You're leaving? Oh, no, don't.
Stay for lunch, please do.
We insist.
I seem to have barged in on a birthday party. I'm so sorry. I had no idea. I would have said happy birthday.
Today, ladies and gentlemen, is Sunday, the day of rest. And so let us rest, each according to his age and capacity. The rugs need to be rolled up for the summer, hiding until winter in mothballs. The Romans were a robust people. They knew how to work hard and how to rest. Mens sana in corpore sano. Their lives moved in regular orbit, pattern, and form. Our headmaster says the most important thing in life is form. When things lose their form, they lose their nature. And the same is true of everyday life. Masha loves me. My wife loves me. And the curtains should go with the rugs. Today, I'm happy in fine fiddle. Masha, we're expected at the headmaster's at 4 o'clock. They've arranged a little hike for faculty and for faculty wives.
I'm not going.
Oh, Masha, my Masha mine. Why not?
We'll talk later. Fine, I'll go, but please leave me alone.
So we'll spend the evening with the headmaster. In spite of his weak constitution, he does his best to be social, a shining example to us all, a magnificent, magnanimous man. Yesterday, after the faculty meeting, he says to me, "I'm tired, Fyodor, exhausted. Your clock is 7 minutes fast." "Yes," he says, "I'm exhausted."
Ladies and gentlemen, come and eat. We have pie.
Ah, dear Olga, my dear, yesterday I worked from dawn until 11 o'clock, and I was so tired. But today I'm happy, my dear.
Pie, magnificent.
But not a drop of liquor for you, hear me? It's bad for you.
Oh, blah, blah, blah. That's over and done with. I haven't been blotto in 2 years, and who gives a damn if I am?
I do, so don't drink. Don't dare, period. God damn it, another boring night at the headmaster's.
If I were you, I wouldn't go, simple as that.
Don't go, my darling.
Don't go, my darling. Easy for you to say. Oh, what a miserable goddamn life.
Now.
Cheep, cheep, cheep.
That's enough, Vasily Vasilich. That will do.
Here, chicka, chicky. Here, chicky, chicky.
To your health, Colonel. I'm a teacher by profession, but here I'm sort of my own man. And Masha's husband. She's a good one, you know. She's a good woman.
I'll have some vodka. Cheers to your health. I feel as if I've come home.
Masha isn't herself today. She married at 18, when she thought her husband the most intelligent man. Not now. He is the most good, but not the most intelligent.
Andre, come on, finally.
Now.
What are you thinking?
It's just, I don't like that friend of yours, Solyoni. He scares me. Everything that comes out of his mouth is nonsense.
He's a strange duck. I feel bad for him and he grates on me, but mostly I feel bad for him. I think he's probably shy. When it's only me and him, he can be very smart and even sweet, but in a group, he's rude, a bully. Don't go yet. Let them unfold their napkins. Let me be around you. What are you thinking? You're young. Think of how many years we have ahead of us. Long, long carpets of days unfolding, full of my love for you.
Don't talk to me about love.
I want to live, Irina. I have this hunger for struggle, for labor, and this hunger merges in my soul with my love for you, Irina. As if by design, you are so beautiful. And for that reason, life seems to me just as beautiful. What are you thinking?
You say life is beautiful. But what if it only seems that way? For us three sisters, life has not been beautiful. It chokes us like weeds. Tears are not necessary. Work. We need to work. That's why we are unhappy. We stare at life from the outside in, through a dark pane of glass, thinking it awful, because we don't know how to work. We were born to parents who despised labor.
Oh, they're eating already. Oh dear, I'm late. The hair is not so bad. My dear Irina Sergeyevna, happy birthday. So many guests, I feel quite shy. Hello, Baron.
Oh, Natalia Ivanovna has arrived. Hello, my dear girl.
It's such a big fancy party. I had no idea. I'm terribly shy.
Oh, don't be silly. We're all old friends. You're wearing a green belt, my dear. That's not good.
Why? Is it bad luck?
No, it just doesn't suit your dress. It's somehow strange.
Do you think so? I'm not really green, though. It's more of a greeny beige.
I hope you find yourself a good husband, Irina. Your clock is ticking.
Natalia, I hope you catch a husband too.
Natalia already has a fiancé.
Another glass of wine for me. What the hell? Life is a raspberry. One little bite and it's gone.
You get a C- for behavior.
This vodka is delicious. What's in it?
Cockroaches!
You! Why do you have to be so disgusting?
For dinner, we'll be roasting a bird and having pie. I'm home all day, thank God, and this evening. So I hope all of you can join us again for dinner.
Will you allow me the honor of coming?
Of course.
They don't stand on ceremony here.
For love, sweet love alone, did nature put us on this earth to roam.
Oh, stop it. Aren't you sick of yourselves?
We're already eating lunch. Dining? Yes, dining. Hold still. One more, wait a minute. Now you can all move again. Happy birthday. I wish you everything, everything. It's beautiful out today, shockingly beautiful. I walked all morning with my students. I teach gym at the high school. You can move, Irina. You can move now. You are interesting today. Look what I brought. It makes this sound crazy.
It's delightful.
By the bending sea, a green oak tree, where a golden chain is bound, and on that chain a cultured cat spins round and round and round. Why am I saying this? This phrase stuck in me since early morning.
There are now 13 of us.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're not superstitious, are you?
When 13 people sit down to eat, it means 2 of them are in love.
Oh,
Is it you, Ivan Romanovich? God help us.
Oh, well, I'm an old sinner. But why is Natalia Ivanovna blushing? I can't imagine.
It's all right. It's all right. Hey, don't listen to them. Wait a minute, please.
I'm so embarrassed. I don't know what's happening inside of me. They always laugh at me. I know it's terrible manners to leave the table like that, but I can't. I can't.
My darling, please don't take it to heart. Trust me, they're joking. They mean well. My darling, they're sincere, good people. They love me and you.
I'm just not used to high society.
Oh, youth. Beautiful, perfect youth, darling, my love. Don't worry. Believe me, it feels so pure, so good, so alive. I'm happy. My soul is giddy with love, with ecstasy. What is it? What made me fall in love with you and why? I have no idea. My dear God, my pure darling, be my wife. I love you like no one, never.
They kiss. 2 officers enter, shocked to see them kissing. Act 2. Same setting, 8 o'clock, no lights. The sound of an accordion from far off. Natasha enters with a candle and stops in front of Andrei's room.
What are you doing, Andrusha? Reading? Oh, it's nothing. No lamps lit.
You're muted. Unmute.
What is it?
Just wanted to make sure no lamps are burning. During the holidays, the help forgets absolutely everything. You have to watch them like a hawk or the house will simply fall to pieces. Last night at 12 o'clock, I saw a candle burning in the living room. I still don't know who left it burning. What time is it?
After 8.
And Olga and Irina are still working. Always working, poor things. Olga's at some teacher's meeting. Irina's at the telegraph office. This morning I said to your sister, I said, you really must save your strength, Irina, my love, but she didn't listen. 8:15, you said? I'm worried our little Bobik is sick. Why is he so cold? Yesterday he was so hot, now he's so cold. I'm worried sick.
He's fine, Natasha. He's healthy.
Maybe, but I think I'll start him on a new diet. I'm afraid, and the carolers are descending on us tonight. It's better if they don't come, Andrusha.
I don't know. They were invited.
This morning, the baby woke up and looked at me, and he smiled this beautiful smile, and I knew that he recognized me. Bobik, I said, Bobilicious, hello, my little boy. And he laughed. Babies are so smart. They understand absolutely everything. So, Andrusha, I'll tell the servants not to let the carolers in tonight.
But it's up to my sisters. They're in charge.
Of course, they're in charge too. I'll tell them what I decided. They're so sweet. I've ordered yogurt for dinner. The doctor says you need to eat yogurt and only yogurt or you won't lose any weight. Bobik's cold. I'm afraid he's cold in that room. He must be cold. We should move him to another room, at least until it's warmer. Irina's room, for instance, would be perfect for a baby. It's dry and it gets sun all day. I'll tell her she can. Share a room with Olga. She won't care. She's hardly home. She only sleeps here. Sweetie pie, why are you so quiet?
I just lost in thought. What is there to say?
True enough. Now, there was something else I wanted to tell you. Oh, right. Ferapont is here from the council. He wants to talk to you.
Send him in.
Natasha exits. Andrei reads his book. Leaning in toward the candle, Natasha forgot. Ferapont enters, wearing an old coat and a scarf around his ears. Oh.
Hello, old friend. What can you tell me?
The chairman sent you a book and some papers. Here.
Thanks. Good, but why didn't you come earlier? It's almost 9 o'clock.
What?
I said, why so late? It's almost 9.
True enough, sir. It was still light out when I came to find you, but they wouldn't let me in. The master's busy, they said. Okay, if you're busy, I thought. I'm in no hurry. What?
Nothing. Tomorrow is Friday. There are no meetings, but I'll stop in anyway. Keep busy. It's boring at home. Oh, my friend, life is so strangely changing, so deceptive. Today, I was bored, so I picked up this book, my old notes from university, and I thought, how absurd. My God, I'm a clerk for the county council, lorded over by the protoprov. I'm a clerk. And the most I could hope for is to become a full member of the provincial county council. Me, on the county council. Me, the same man who dreams every night. He's a professor at Moscow University, a public intellectual, the pride of Russia.
Dunno, my hearing's bad.
If you could hear, I probably wouldn't talk to you. I need someone to talk to. My wife doesn't understand me. My sisters, I'm afraid of. Don't know why. I'm afraid they'll poke fun at me, humiliate me. I don't drink. I don't like bars, but how happy I'd be in Moscow right this minute, sitting on a stool at Testev's or Grand Moscow.
Oh, speaking of Moscow, a guy at the office was telling a story the other day. Some guys in Moscow, businessmen, were eating blintzes. One of them ate 40 blintzes. Dropped dead. Maybe it was 40, maybe it was 50. Can't remember.
In Moscow, you can be sitting in a huge restaurant full of people. You don't know anyone and no one knows you, but you don't feel like a stranger. Here, in this town, you know everyone. And everyone knows you, but you feel like a foreigner, a stranger, strange and alone.
What? Oh, and this guy was saying, now, he could have been making this up. There's this rope, he says, stretches all the way across Moscow.
What for?
Dunno. That's what the guy said.
He made it up. Have you ever been to Moscow?
Nope, not in God's plan. Mind if I go?
Yes, go then. Good night. Good night. You can pick up these papers tomorrow morning. Go ahead. Oh, he's gone. Oh well.
Ding dong.
He stretches and goes into his room. Offstage, the nurse sings a lullaby to the baby. Masha and Brushinin enter the living room talking. As they talk, a maid lights the lamps.
I don't know. Of course, you can get used to anything. It took us a while after Father died to get used to not having all of his officers around the house. It may be different in other towns, but here, the most well-mannered, cultured, attractive people are in the military.
I'm suddenly thirsty. I'd love some tea.
It'll be ready soon. They married me off when I was 18. I was afraid of my husband because he was a teacher and I was barely out of school. I thought he was the most wise, cultured, important man I'd ever met. Not anymore. Oh well.
Well, yes.
And the rest of the people in this town, and I don't mean my husband, I'm used to him. They're so rude. They have no manners, no culture. I get so upset when people are stupid, rude, unthinking. I actually suffer when I see someone with no manners, with no gentleness. When I'm forced to spend time with my husband's colleagues, I suffer.
Yes. But it seems to me the military and civilians are equally uninteresting. At least in this town, it's all the same. Listen to any soldier, intellectual around here. He's sick of his wife, he's sick of his house, he's sick of his horse. Russians are supposed to be lofty thinkers, right? Our heads are in the clouds, but our feet are in the mud. And life Why do we reach so low? Why?
Why?
Why are we sick of our children, sick of our wives? Why are they sick and tired of us?
You're not yourself today.
Could be I forgot to eat lunch. I haven't eaten since this morning and my daughter's under the weather. My conscience eats away at me when my daughters are sick. It kills me. What they've got for a mother. You should have seen her today. She's almost not a person. We started fighting at 7 this morning and I slammed the door at 9 and left. I never talk about this. It's strange. You're the only one I complain to.
He kisses her hand.
Don't be angry with me. With you, I have no one. No one.
What a strange sound in the chimney. Before my father died, the chimney made a whooshing noise just like that.
Are you superstitious?
Yes.
Funny.
Kisses her hand again.
You are wondrous. A wondrous, magnificent woman. Magnificent, wondrous. It's dark, but I can see your eyes, how they shine.
There's more light here.
I love your eyes, and I dream of how you move. Magnificent, wondrous woman.
When you talk that way, I laugh, even though I'm afraid. Don't speak. I beg you. Oh, keep talking. What the hell? Someone's coming. Change the subject.
I have 3 last names. They call me Baron Tusenbach Krohn Altschuler. But I'm really Russian Orthodox like you. I've retained only my German stubbornness and my patience. I will wear you out with patience. I walk you home every night.
I'm so tired.
And I'll continue to walk you home every night from that telegraph office for the next 10 to 20 years unless you shoo me away. Oh, it's you. Hello.
Oh God, I'm finally home. Today, a woman needed to telegraph her brother that her son died, and she can't for the life of her remember his address. So she sent it without an address. Just writes down a name and a town. She was crying. I was rude to her for no reason. I said, I don't have time for this. It just came out. How stupid. Are the carolers coming tonight?
Yes.
I have to rest. I'm tired.
When you come home from work, you look like a sad child.
I'm tired. I hate the telegraph office. I really do.
You look thinner. Younger. Your face is starting to look like a boy's.
Because of her hairstyle.
I have to find another job. This one doesn't suit me. Not at all. The things I wanted, the things I dreamed of, are not at the telegraph office. It's labor without poetry, without meaning. The doctor is knocking. Would you knock back, dear? I can't, too tired. He's coming now. We need to do something. Last night, the doctor and Andrei were out at the club gambling again. They say Andrei lost 200 rubles.
What can we do now?
He lost in December, then he lost again 2 weeks ago. If we just go ahead and lose everything, maybe we could leave this town. Oh God, I dreamed of Moscow every night. I'm like a crazy person. We move in June, so January, February, March, April, May, that's almost half a year.
We can't let Natasha find out about all the money he's lost.
I can't imagine that she cares.
Jabudikin enters, combing his beard. Just up from a nap, he sits at the dining room table and takes out a newspaper.
Here he is. Has he paid rent?
No, not for the last 8 months. He's clearly forgotten.
Look at him sitting like that.
Why are you so quiet?
I don't know. I'd like some tea. Half my life for a cup of tea. I forgot to eat this morning.
Irina Sergeyevna,
What is it?
come here, venez ici. I'm lost without you.
Well, if the tea isn't coming, we might as well philosophize.
Let's. About what?
About what? We could dream a little. For instance, life as it will be lived after we're gone in 200 or 300 years.
Well, after we're gone, people will most likely fly in balloons, wear a different cut of coat, and discover a sixth sense. But life will essentially be the same. It's difficult and happy and full of mystery. 1,000 years from now, people will be sighing just as we do. Oh, life is hard. All the same, they'll fear death and try to avoid dying, just as we do now.
How can I say this? I think everything in the world changes little moments by little moments while we're watching life go by. It's changing imperceptibly. In 200 or 300 years or 1,000 years, a new life, a happy life will begin, and we won't be part of it. But it's what we live for now. We're working, we're suffering for it. Without realizing it, we're building it. And that's the purpose of being here at all. You might say that alone is our happiness.
That's funny.
I don't know. I started laughing this morning and now I can't stop laughing.
I went to the same school as you did, but I didn't make it to college. I read a lot, never learned how to choose the right books, maybe. I haven't read the right books, but the more I live, the more I want to know. My hair is turning gray, and any minute now I'll be an old man, and still I know so little, so very little. But the one important real thing I do know, and I know it very well, I only wish I could prove it to you. Happiness isn't ours to have, nor should it be. All we can do is work and work and work, and if any happiness comes of it, we'll leave it for those who come long after us. Not for me, but for my own ones, and for theirs who come after.
According to you, we shouldn't even dream of happiness. But what if I am happy?
No.
Obviously, we don't see eye to eye. How can I convince you? Okay, laugh. 200 or 300 years, it's immaterial. Even in 1,000,000 years, life will be exactly the same. Life is unchanging, remains constant, follows its own laws, laws that aren't any of our business, that we'll never understand. Birds who migrate, cranes, they fly on and on no matter what thoughts, big or small, wander into their heads. They fly not knowing why or where. Even if 1 or 2 birds become a philosopher, still, they fly. It doesn't matter what a couple of them philosophize, as long as they all keep flying together.
But there must be meaning.
Meaning. Look, it's snowing. What's the meaning of snow?
I think a person has to believe in something or search out some kind of faith. Otherwise, life is empty, nothing. How can you live not knowing why the cranes fly, why children are born, why there are stars in the sky? Either you know why you live, or it's all small, unnecessary bits.
Too bad we can't stay young.
Gogol wrote, "Ladies and gentlemen, life is boring."
And I say, ladies and gentlemen, you're impossible to argue with. You're completely...
Balzac was married in Berdichev. I must write that down in my little book. Balzac was married in Berdichev.
Balzac was married in Berdichev.
The die is cast, Marina Serengeyeva. I'm resigning from the military.
I heard. Too bad. I hate civilians.
Ha, who cares? I'm ugly. So what kind of military future can I cut? Well, who cares? But I'm going to start working. For once, I want to work hard so that when I come home at night dead tired, I can pour myself into a bed and fall asleep. And fall right into sleep. Real laborers must sleep soundly.
Irina, I bought you some colored pencils and a little knife on a Moscow street.
You're used to treating me like a little girl, but I am all grown up. Oh, they're so adorable.
I bought a little knife for myself. See? 1, 2, 3 blades. One for digging in your ears. One a little scissors. And this one for nail cleaning. Doctor, how old are you?
Oh, me? 32.
Now, I'll show you another kind of patience. The card game.
A samovar is brought in by Anfisa. Natasha arrives and bustles around the table. Solyoni arrives and sits at the table.
God, the wind.
Yes, I'm sick and tired of winter. I've already forgotten what summer is like.
Look, I wanted patience. See the cards? That means we'll go to Moscow.
No, you haven't. See? The 8 is on the 2 of spades. That means you won't go to Moscow.
An outbreak of smallpox in Sitsikar.
Ah, Masha, Matushka, tea is ready. Tea is served, Your Excellency. Forgive me, dear, I've forgotten your name.
Bring it here, Nanny. I don't want to go in there.
Nanny.
Coming.
Babies who are still breastfeeding understand absolutely everything. Hello, Bobik, I said. Hello, sweetheart. And he gives me this look, this incredible look. Of course you think she goes on like this because she's his mother, but no, I promise you, he really is a remarkable child.
If that child were mine, I would fry him up in a frying pan and eat him.
What a rude, badly brought up man.
Happy people don't notice if it's summer or winter. If I were in Moscow, I wouldn't care about the weather.
The other day I was reading this diary of some French politician. He was convicted of fraud and wrote it in prison. He talks with such rapture, such delights about the birds he saw through his prison window. When he was a politician, he never noticed the birds. But of course, after he's out of jail, he stops noticing the birds. If you lived in Moscow, you would cease to see Moscow once you actually lived there. You see, we can never have happiness itself. We can only wish for it, long for it.
Where's the candy?
Solyoni ate it.
All of it?
A letter came for you, sir.
For me? Oh. From my daughter. Oh, yes, of course. Excuse me. I'll just slip out. I won't have tea. It's always the same old story.
What happened? A secret?
My wife poisoned herself again. I must go. I slip out. No one will notice. Horribly unpleasant, all of this. My good, sweet, kind woman. I'll go quietly.
Where's he going? I just served tea. Lord have mercy.
Oh, stop it. You're always nosing into our affairs. I've had it up to here with you, old woman.
Why are you so offended, dear?
Anfisa!
Anfisa, he just sits there.
Well, I'll just sit here. Enough with the cards. Drink your tea.
You're being mean, Masha.
Well, if I'm mean, don't talk to me. Don't touch me.
Don't touch her. Don't touch her.
You're 60 years old, but you act like a goddamn child.
Masha, dear, why do you use language like that? You have a lovely face and nice features, and I'm sure you could be charming in society. To be frank, if it weren't for your swearing, je vous prie, attelle-moi, mariez-vous.
Pass me. Pass me. I hope there's cognac there.
He woke up. Oh dear, he's a little fussy today. I hope he's all right. I'll go check on him. Excuse me.
But where has the colonel gone?
Home. Something's wrong with his wife.
You're always sitting alone, thinking God knows what. Look, let's have a truce. Let's have some cognac. I'll play the piano all night. I might play a load of garbage, but what the hell?
What truce? We weren't fighting.
You always give me the feeling there's something off between us. You're a strange man, you have to admit.
I am strange. But who is not? Be not angry, Aleko.
Who's Aleko?
When I'm alone with one other person, I feel fine. I'm like anyone else. But in a group, I feel boring and shy. So I enjoy saying utter horseshit. But I'm more honest and noble than most people, and I can prove it.
You're always getting on my nerves. And you pick on me in public constantly. But still, I like you. What the hell? No matter what else happens today, I'm going to get drunk. Let's drink.
Let's drink. I never had anything against you, Baron, but I have the soul of a poet who gets killed in a duel. In fact, I look like Nemetov, or so I've been told.
I handed in my resignation. Enough! For 5 years I've been dreaming about it. And finally it's decided. I'm going to work.
Be not angry, Aleko. Forget thy dreams.
I will work.
And the food was authentic cuisine from the Caucasus, onion soup, and for the meat course, chekmarta.
The remeshna isn't meat. It's in the onion family.
No, my angel. Chekmarta is not an onion, but is, in fact, mutton.
No, I'm telling you, cheramesha onion.
No, I'm telling you, Chekmarta, mutton.
No, I'm telling you, cherameshka onion.
Why am I arguing with you? You've never been to the Caucasus. and never even eaten Czechmata.
I never tried it because I can't stand it. Tereshka stinks like garlic.
That's enough, you two, please.
When are the carolers coming?
They promised to come around 9, so anytime now.
Huh.
Oh, porch, my porch, new porch of mine, a new porch made of pine, with crisscrossed wood so fine, so fine.
To hell with it. Let's drink, Andrusha. To friendship. I will go with you to Moscow, to the university.
Which one? There are 2 universities in Moscow.
There's only one university in Moscow.
I'm telling you there are 2.
Make it 3. The more the merrier.
In Moscow, there are 2 universities. In Moscow, there are 2 universities, the old and the new. But if you don't want to listen because I annoy you, I'll stop talking. I'll even go to another room.
Bravo! Bravo! All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. I'm ready to play. He's a nut, Sonia.
Sits at the piano and plays a waltz. Masha waltzes alone.
The Baron is drunk, the Baron is drunk, the Baron is drunk.
Ivan Romanik.
She tells him something and exits quietly. Shebukin taps Tuzenbach on the shoulder and whispers to him.
What is it?
Time for us to go. Good night, everyone.
Wait, what about the carolers?
There won't be any carolers. See, my dear, Natasha says Bobik isn't feeling well, and the thing is, I don't know, and I decidedly do not care.
Bobik isn't well.
Oh well, life goes on. We won't disappear. If they're kicking us out, we'll go. It isn't Bobik who's sick, it's Natasha. Right here. She's a piece of work.
Well, I was looking forward to a party, but if the child is sick, of course, I'll bring him a little toy tomorrow. I purposely took a long nap after lunch today because I thought I'd be dancing all night. And look, it's only 9.
Let's go outside. We can talk. Figure out something to do.
Voices are heard saying good night, be well. The happy laughter of Tuzenbach. Everyone exits. Anfisa and the maid clear the table and blow the candles. The nurse is heard singing. Andre and Chebutkin enter quietly. Andre is dressed in an overcoat and hat.
I never managed to get married because life passed me by in a flash. And because I was crazy about your mother, who was already married.
People shouldn't get married. It's boring.
True, but it's not lonely. Philosophize all you want, but solitude is a terrible thing, my friend. On the other hand, who gives a shit?
Let's hurry up.
Why the rush? We'll get there in time.
I'm afraid my wife will stop us.
Ah.
I won't gamble tonight. I just sit and watch. I don't feel well. I have this shortness of breath. What should I do for a shortness of breath?
Don't ask me. I can't remember, my friend. Don't know.
Let's go through the kitchen.
They exit. Doorbell rings, voices and laughter.
Who is it?
It's the carolers.
The bells ring again.
Nanny, tell them no one is home. I hope they can forgive us.
Anfisa leaves. Irina walks around the room, lost in thought, anxious. Solyoni enters.
No one's here. Where is everyone?
Gone home.
That's strange. You're all alone?
Yes. Good night.
I behaved badly earlier. I was being stupid. But you're not like the others. You're pure. Above it all, you can see the truth. You're the only one who can understand me. You alone. I love. Deeply and endlessly love.
Good night. Go away.
I can't live without you. My bliss. My soul's happiness. Those eyes of yours. Those mysterious, stunning, almost too bright eyes. I've never seen another woman with eyes anything like yours.
Stop it, Vasily Vasilyich.
It's the first time I've spoken to you of love, and I'm not standing on this earth, I'm on another planet. Well, fine, you can't force love, but I won't stand for any rivals. I swear to you, by all that's holy, I'll kill the competition. Oh, you beautiful girl.
Yes, Andre. Oh, let him read. Oh, excuse me, Vasily Vasilyich. I didn't know you were here. I'm in my nightgown.
Who cares? Goodbye.
You're tired, sweetheart. Poor thing. You should get to bed earlier.
Is Bobik sleeping?
He is, but not very well. By the way, dear, I wanted to talk to you, but you're never here and I never have the time. I think it's too cold and damp in Bobik's nursery, but your room is just perfect for a baby. Darling, would you be a love and move in with Olga?
Where?
You and Olga can share a room, and for now, Bobik can have yours. He's such an angel, and today I told him, Bobik, you're mine, all mine. And he looked at me with those sweet little eyes.
Ding dong.
That's probably Olga. She's so late. Protopopov. He's such a riot. Protopopov is outside and wants me to take a ride with him in his sleigh. Men are funny.
Ding dong.
Oh, someone's here. I'll just go for 15 minutes. A little spin. Tell him I'm coming.
Ding dong.
Who is ringing? It's probably Olga.
How do you like that? They said there would be a party.
It's strange. I just left a little while ago, maybe half an hour. They were waiting for the carolers.
Everyone is gone.
Masha too? Where could she have gone to? And why is Protopopov downstairs waiting in a sleigh? Who's he waiting for?
Don't interrogate me. I'm tired.
Well, little Miss Princess.
Oh, my meeting is finished. I am worn out. Our headmistress is sick, so I will have to take her place. Oh, head. Oh, my head hurts. My head. Yesterday, Andre lost 200 rubles at cards. The whole town is talking.
Yes, even I got tired at that meeting.
My wife wanted to scare me, and she came this close to poisoning herself. It's all right now. What a relief. I'm happy. Should we be going? Yes, well, let me wish everyone good night. Fyodor Ilyich, come with me somewhere. I can't go home. I can't. Let's go for a walk.
I'm tired. I don't want to go anywhere. I'm tired. Did my wife go home?
She must have.
Good night. We can rest tomorrow and the day after that. Good night. Oh, I want tea. I was planning to spend the evening in pleasant company and, oh, fallacium hominum spem. Accusative case, exclamatory.
Which means I will go alone.
Oh, head hurts, head. Andre lost, whole town talking. I'm going to bed. Tomorrow's a holiday. Oh, God, how lovely that will be. Tomorrow, I'm free. The day after, I'm free. Oh, my head hurts. My head.
Everyone is gone. No one's left.
An accordion is heard. The nurse sings.
Home in a half hour. I'll just take the littlest ride.
To Moscow. To Moscow. To Moscow.
Curtain. Act 3. Olga and Irina's bedroom. Their beds are divided with screens. It's 2 a.m. Sirens are ringing. No one has gone to bed. Masha lies on a couch, dressed in black as usual. Olga and Anfisa enter.
They're hiding under the stairs. Children, come up now. Come up, I say. You can't sit there like that. And they crying, saying, Daddy, we don't know where he is. Please, God, don't make him be all burnt up. Can you imagine? And in the yard, so many people, half naked.
Here, this grayish one, take it. And this little one here, and this apron too, this old skirt, take it, Nana. What in the world is happening? Oh my God. The whole street must have burned to the ground. Oh, take this and this. Oh, the poor Vashinyans are scared to death. Their house is almost charred to pieces. They should spend the night with us. We can't let them go back home. And poor Fedik, he lost everything in the fire. He's got nothing.
Why don't you call Ferapont Olechka? I can't carry all this.
Well, he won't hear. Someone, come up.
Through the open door, window, red from the fire, sirens.
Oh, what a terrible thing. It's just too much. Here, Ferapont, take these downstairs under the stairs. The Culloden girls camped out. Give them this and this. Go on, get moving.
Unmute.
Nana,
Ma'am, Moscow burned in 1812. By God, I bet it took those Frenchies by surprise, willing to burn our own city down instead of letting the frogs in.
go on, get moving.
Yes, ma'am.
Nana, give everything away. We don't need it. Give it all away, Nana. I'm tired, hardly standing on my legs. We can't let the Vashinyans go home. The little girls can sleep in the living room. Vashiny downstairs, the Baron, Fedotik too, or let him stay with us in the hall. Oh, the doctor is drunk, of course. He can barely stand. We can't let anyone near him. Vashinyan's wife, the living room.
Olyeshka, dear, don't put me out of the house, please.
Oh, Nadia, what a silly thing to say. No one is putting you out of this house.
My darling, my little one, you're like my own. I labor, I work, but I'm getting weak and I hear everyone say, get rid of her. But where would I go? Where? I'm over 80, almost 82.
Sit, Nanutka. You're tired, poor thing. You just rest, my good one. You're so pale.
I hear they want to create a charity to help the fire victims as soon as possible. And why not? It's such a good idea. As a general rule, rich people should help poor people, don't you find? It's the responsibility of the rich. Bobek and little Sophia dropped off to sleep with no fuss, as if nothing in the world could be wrong. So many people everywhere. The house is crammed full. I can't move without bumping into someone, and there's a terrible flu going around. I'm worried the children would catch it.
You can't see the fire from here. It's peaceful, this room.
Yes, I must look terrible. People say I'm filling out in the middle, but it's not true, not a bit. And Masha's asleep, wiped out, poor dear. How dare you sit when I'm standing right here? Get up and get out. Why you keep that old lady, I can't for the life of me understand.
Excuse me? I do not understand you.
She has no purpose here at all. She's a peasant. She should be put out to pasture. Why do you coddle her? I like order in the house, unless people have no place in the house. Oh, but you poor thing, you're all tired out. Our headmistress is tired. When my little Sophia grows up and goes to school, I'll be afraid of you.
I won't be headmistress.
Oh, yes, you will, Olya. They've already decided.
I'll say no. I can't. I don't have the strength. You were so rude to Nanny. I'm sorry, I can't stand it. I can't even see. Black dots in front of my eyes.
Forgive me, Olya, forgive me. I didn't mean to make you mad.
Try to understand, my dear. You might say we were raised strangely, but I will not stand for this. The way you treated her, it makes me sick. Chop my soul to bits.
Forgive me, forgive me.
Even the smallest blunder, a word said without gentleness, it makes my stomach churn.
I say too much on occasion, but you have to agree with me, my dear. She could go live in the country.
She's been with us for 30 years.
But she can't work. Either I don't understand you or you don't want to understand me. She can't work. She sleeps or she sits.
So let her sit.
Let her sit? She's a servant. I don't understand you, Olya. I have a nurse and a wet nurse. We have a maid, a cook. Why do we need that old lady? Why?
Fire alarm starts ringing.
This one night, and I am 10 years older.
Let's come to an understanding, Olya. You live at school, I live at home. You have your teaching, I have a house to run. And when I say something about servants, well, then I know what I'm saying. I know what I am saying. And by tomorrow morning, I don't want to see that old bag, that old thief, that witch. Don't you dare make me mad. Don't you dare. Truly, if you don't move yourself downstairs, we'll be at each other always. It's terrible.
Oh, where is Masha? It's time we went home. The fire, they say, is burning out. Oh, only one block burned down. At first, with that wind blowing, it looked as though the whole town would go. I'm exhausted, Oleshka, my dear. I often think if it weren't for Masha, I would have married you. You're so good. I'm so tortured.
What is it?
The doctor's on a bender, drinking to get drunk to spite us. Sounds like he's on his way up. You hear him? Oh, yes, here he comes. Ay, what a one. I'll hide, the scoundrel.
He hasn't had a drop of liquor in 2 years. Suddenly, he's completely gone.
Olga and Natasha retreat into a corner of the room. Chebtukian enters, walking as sober as possible, looks around, walks to the sink, and washes his hands.
Devils, devils. They think I'm a doctor, can cure any disease, but I know positively nothing. I've forgotten everything I knew, every goddamn thing. Ah, the hell with it. Last Wednesday, I treated a woman. Died. And it's my fault she died. Yes, I used to know something 25 years ago, but now I know nothing. Nothing. My head, it's empty. My slit's cold. Maybe I'm not even a man, but a walking thing who appears to have arms, legs, a head. Maybe I don't exist at all. I only think I walk and sleep and eat. Oh, not to exist. Ah, the hell with it. At the club, talking for a couple of days. They talk Shakespeare, Voltaire. I hadn't read it, none of it. I made this face to look like I had. Others did the same. The pettiness, the pretense, the stupidity. And that woman dead on Wednesday, she came back to me. Everything came back to me. And my soul became crooked, ugly, vile. I went. I got drunk.
Irina Vershinin and Susan Bach enter. Susan Bach wears civilian clothes, new and stylish.
Here, let's sit. No one will come in here.
If it weren't for soldiers, the whole town would have burned down. Our brave boys. Slavs, they are a golden people, our boys.
What time is it, ladies and gentlemen?
After 3, it's getting light.
Everyone is sitting in the hall. No one is leaving. That Solioni of yours is sitting. Doctor, you should go to bed.
No, it's nothing. Thank you, my queen, your highness. Thank you.
Ivan Romanich, you're officially soused. I commend you. In vino veritas, as the ancients would say.
I've been asked to put together a concert to benefit the victims of the fire.
But who's there too?
We could do it if we want to do it. Masha, in my opinion, plays the piano like a dream.
That she does.
But she's forgotten how. She hasn't played in 3 years, or 4.
No one in this town understands music, not a soul. But me, I do understand it, and I promise you, I do. Masha plays beautifully, masterfully almost.
You're right, Baron. I love her very much, my Masha. She is a laudable woman.
Imagine being able to play like that, knowing that no one, not a soul understands.
Yes. But is it really appropriate for her to play in public? Really, gentlemen, I don't know anything. Maybe it would be good. I confess, although our headmaster is a good man, even a very good man, the most intelligent of men, but he has certain views. Of course, it's not his business, but all the same, if you'd like, I could perhaps speak with him.
In the fire, I got covered with dirt. I don't look human. Yesterday, I heard a rumor that our brigade is being transferred. Some say Poland, others say Siberia.
I heard that too. What then? The town will be completely empty.
And we'll be gone too.
Ebukian drops the porcelain clock, breaking it.
To pieces.
Breaking such a valuable thing. Ah, Ivan Romanich, Ivan Romanich. You get -0 for behavior.
That clock was Mama's.
Maybe. So it was Mama's. Maybe I wasn't breaking it. Only seems like I broke it. Maybe it only seems like we exist. But really, there is no we. Oh, I don't know anything. No one knows anything. What are you all looking at? Natasha is stopping Protopopov, and you don't see it. You all just sit there not seeing. But Natasha is stopping Protopopov. Eat a fig and tell me how you like it.
Yes. Well, how strange everything is, essentially. When the fire began, I ran home as fast as I could. Got there, looked. Now our house was out of danger, but my 2 little girls were standing at the door in their underwear. No mother in sight. People running, horses running, dogs. And I looked at the faces of my little girls. Panic, terror, a terrible kind of asking written on their faces. And my heart froze when I saw those faces. My God, I thought, what more will these girls have to live through in a long life? I grabbed them, ran, thinking one thought. What more will they have to live through in this world?
The fire alarm sounds.
I come here, their mothers here, screaming, angry. And when I saw my little girls standing on the doorstep in their underwear, the street red with fire, the noise terrible, it reminded me of some kind of enemy invasion from long ago when the army would sack a town, looting and burning as they went. But what a difference between what is and what was. And a little more time will pass, 200 or 300 years, and people will look at our current life with horror, with disbelief, and our lives will seem cramped, inconvenient, strange. Oh, what life will be. What a life. Oh, forgive me, I'm philosophizing again, but allow me to keep going. I'm dying to philosophize. I'm in the mood. Everyone's asleep. I say, what a life it will be. You can only imagine. Here in this town, there are only 3 people like you now, but in times to come, there will be many more and more, and time will come when the whole world will tilt in your direction. Everyone will live like you, and later you'll get old. Babies will be born who will be better than you. I'm in a funny mood today. I want like hell to live. Everyone must bow to love, cursed or blessed from heaven above. Everyone must bow to love.
Tum tum tum.
Tum tum.
Tra ra ra.
Ra ra ra.
Burned down, burned, cleaned away. Everything.
What's there to joke about? Everything is gone?
Everything is now nothing. Gone clean away. Nothing left. My guitar burned. My photography burned. All my letters. I wanted to give you a little notebook. It also burned.
No, please leave, Vasily Vasilyich. You can't come in.
Why can the Baron enter and not me?
We should all go, really. How's the fire?
They say it's dying down. No, really, it's very strange to me. Why can the Baron enter and not me?
Tum tum tum.
Tum tum.
Come on, let's go to the hall.
Very well, my dear sir. I've taken note. I would further explain this thought, but I fear the chicken would cheep. Cheep, 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 cheep.
Sogliana smoked the whole room up. The Baron is asleep. Baron! Baron!
Sleep. Sleep. Oh, but the brick factory. I'm not talking in my sleep. I'm not. In real life. I'm going to the brick factory to start work. I spoke with them already. You're so pale. So beautiful, so charming. Your skin lightens the dark air like a lamp. You're so sad. You're not satisfied with life. Well, come away with me. Come away and we'll work together.
Nikolai Lvovich, leave.
You're here. I didn't see you. Goodbye. I'm going. I look at you now and I remember the day of your birth some time ago, when you were so full of joy and life, rhapsodizing about labor. What a happy life appeared before my eyes then. Where is it? You have tears in your eyes. Go to bed, it's getting light. Morning is beginning. If only I were allowed to give my life for you.
Nikolai Lvovich, leave.
I'm going.
Are you asleep, Fyodor?
Huh?
You should go home.
Masha. My Masha mine.
She's exhausted. Let her rest, Fedya.
I'll go now. My wife is a good woman, a laudable woman. I love you, my only one.
Amo, amas, amat, amamos, amatis, amant.
No, it's true. She's really remarkable. I've been married to you for 7 years, but it feels like yesterday we took our vows. On my word, it's true. You're a remarkable woman. I am content. Content. Content.
I'm fed up, up, up. I can't get it out of my head. It's shocking. Like a nail sticking in my skull. I can't be silent. I mean, Andre, he mortgaged this house to the bank. His wife takes all the money, but this house isn't his. It belongs to the 4 of us. He would know that if he were a decent human being.
Nothing to do, Masha, nothing to do. Andriusha's caught in a circle of bad loans. His debt is crushing him. God help him.
In any case, it's shocking.
You and I aren't poor. I work, I teach, I tutor. I'm an honest man, a simple man. Omnia mea me comporto, as they say.
I don't need a single thing. It's the injustice that makes me want to scream. Go home, Fyodor.
You're tired. Rest a little. I'll sit out there and wait. Sleep. I'm content. I'm content. I'm content.
Really. Andre gets smaller the more he grows up. How dried up he is around that woman. He was going to be a professor. And yesterday, he was bragging that he had finally become a full member of the county council. He's a member of the county council. Protopopov is his boss. The whole town is talking, the whole town is laughing. And he alone seems nothing, knows nothing. And now, everyone's around to help fight the fire. And he sits alone in his room, paying no attention. He only plays the violin. Oh, it's horrible, horrible, horrible. I can't carry this anymore. I can't. Throw me out. Throw me. I can't anymore.
What is it? What is it, love?
Where has it all gone? Where is it? Oh God, my God. I've forgotten everything. I forgot. My head is foggy. I don't remember the Italian word for window or ceiling. I'm forgetting everything, every day forgetting. And life leaves us and doesn't come back. Never. Never going to Moscow. I see now that we will not go.
Oh, Milaya, Milaya.
Oh, I'm so unhappy. I can't work. I won't work. Enough. Enough. First, I was a telegraph clerk. Now I work for the city council, and I hate every little thing they make me do. And I'm getting older. It feels like I've been working forever. My brain is drying up. I've become thin, stupid, and old. There is nothing, no reward for it. No fullness, satisfaction. And as time passes, we move further and further away from a real and beautiful life, moving and moving towards some black pit. I feel desperate. And how is it that I'm alive? How is it I haven't killed myself by now? I don't understand.
Don't cry, my girl. Don't cry. I can't bear it.
I'm not crying. I'm not crying. Enough, see? I'm already not crying. That's enough.
Sweetheart, as your sister and as a friend, if you want my advice, marry the Baron. You respect him. You value him. True, he's not the best looking, but he's so decent, so clean. People don't marry for love, they marry for duty. At least that's what I think, and I'd get married without being in love. As long as he was decent, who cares? I even married an old man.
I've been waiting for us to move to Moscow, where I'd meet my soulmate, my beloved. I've already dreamed of him. I loved, but it turns out that was stupid. So stupid.
Oh, I understand, I do. When the Baron left the army and visited us in that civilian jacket, he looked so plain, even I started to cry. He asked, "Why are you crying?" What could I tell him? But if God joined the two of you in marriage, I'd be happy. That would be an entirely different thing.
She walks around with that candle like she was the one who started the fire.
Masha, you're stupid. The stupidest one in our family. Excuse me, but it's you.
I want to make a confession, dear sisters. My soul is so tired. I'll confess to you and to no one else, never. I'll tell you this minute. It's my secret, but you must know. I can't be silent. I love that man. You just saw him. That's that. In a word, I love Vershin.
Stop it, or go on. Either way, I am not listening.
What can be done? First, he seemed strange to me. Then I felt pity for him. Then I fell in love with him. I fell in love with his voice, his words, his unhappiness, and his two girls.
I can't hear you. No, keep saying stupid things. It doesn't matter. I'm not listening.
You're stupid, Olya. I love, it's my fate, or my one job in this life. And he loves me. It's terrifying, yes. But is it wrong? Oh, my dear, somehow we will live through our lives. When you read a novel, it seems that everything is clear, trite, and understandable. But when you fall in love yourself, you understand that nobody knows anything, and everyone must decide for themselves. Sweet sisters, I made my confession. Now I'll shut up. I will now be like the crazy man in Golden. Silence. Silence.
What do you want? I don't understand. What do you want?
Andrei Sergeyevich, I've told you 10 times.
Okay, first of all, I am not Andrei Sergeyevich to you, Your Excellency.
The firemen, my most excellentness, request permission to go through your garden to get to the river. As it is, they're going round and around in circles like a punishment.
Fine. Tell them it's fine. Ah. I am fed up. Where's Olga? I came to ask you for the key to the cupboard. I lost mine. You have that little tiny key?
Olga gives him the key without speaking. Irina goes behind her screen.
What a crazy fire. It's starting to die down now. I'll be damned. Freepont's made me so mad. I said something stupid to him. Your Excellency. Why are you so quiet, Oya? It's time you stop this stupidity and acting like some aloof princess. You and Masha are here. Irina's here. Here. Excellent. Let's come clean. Once and for all. What do you have against me? What?
Leave it be, Andruska. Tomorrow we'll have it out. Oh, what a terrible night.
Don't get emotional. I'm asking you now. I'm completely cold-blooded. What do you have against me? Give it to me straight.
Tram, tram, tram.
Tra-ta-ta. Goodbye, Olya. God bless you. Sleep well, Irina. Good night. Goodbye, Andre. Leave. They're exhausted. Tomorrow you can have it out.
Really, Andre, let's leave it for tomorrow. Time to sleep.
I'll say it. I'll say it now and go. First, you have something against Natasha, my wife. I've watched you judging her ever since our wedding day. Natasha is a beautiful, honest, and direct and noble, in my opinion. My wife, I love and respect my wife, and I demand that others respect her as I do. I repeat, she's an honest, honorable woman, and all of your nitpicking, excuse me for saying so, is sheer capriciousness. In the second place, you seem annoyed that I'm not a professor, that I didn't fill my life with science, but I'm a member of government of the county council, and I consider my service as holy and lofty as serving science. I am a full member of the county council, and I'm proud of it, if you want to know. Thirdly, one more thing, I mortgaged the house without asking your permission. And in that, I am guilty, I know, and I ask you to forgive me. I was forced by these never-ending loans, $35,000. I'm already not gambling. I gave it up long ago, but what's more important, what I can say in my own defense is that you girls receive pensions while I don't have any salary to speak of.
Oh, Masha's not here? Where is she? That's strange.
You're not listening. Natasha is a most excellent, honest person. And when I got married, I thought we'd be happy, everyone happy, but my God, my sweet sisters don't believe me. Don't believe me.
Where is Masha? Masha's not here? How very strange. How very strange indeed.
The fire alarm sounds. The stage is empty.
Oh, yeah. Who's knocking on the door?
The doctor. He's drunk.
There's no peace this night. Oh, yeah. Did you hear? They are taking the army away from us, sending them somewhere far away.
It's only a rumor.
We'll be left alone, Olya.
Yes?
My dear sweet Olya, I very much value the Baron. He's a beautiful person. I'll marry him. I give my word. Only, let's go to Moscow. I beg you, let's go. There's nothing better on this green earth than Moscow. Let's go, Olya. Let's go.
Act 4. A garden by the house. Fir trees, a river in sight. A veranda with bottles and glasses. Someone has been drinking champagne. It's noon. Passerby occasionally cut through the garden from the street to the river. 5 or so soldiers quickly pass by. Chebukian, in fine spirits throughout the act, sits in an armchair in the garden, wearing a cap and holding a walking stick. Irina, Puligin, with a medal around his neck, and Tuzenbach on the veranda, saying goodbye to Fedotik and Rode, both wearing officers' uniforms.
You're a good man. We've all lived so easily together as friends. One more time, farewell, my friend.
Goodbye.
Not goodbye, but farewell. We'll never meet again.
Who knows? Oh, now I'm starting to cry.
We'll meet again someday.
In 10 or 15 years? But by then we'll hardly know each other. We'll greet each other like strangers. Hold still. One more, last time. We won't meet again. Thanks for everything, everything. Hold still.
If God is good, we'll meet again. Write us. You must write.
Goodbye, trees. Oh, goodbye, Echo.
I'm afraid you'll get married off in Poland. You'll have a Polish wife who will embrace you and whisper, kochani. That's my darling in Polish.
Not even a half hour left, not even an hour left. Zaholny's the only one from our outfit going on the boat. The rest of us are marching. Today, 3 units leave. Tomorrow, another 3. And then this town will be back to peace and quiet.
And extreme boredom.
Where is Masha?
In the garden.
We must say goodbye to her. Goodbye. I need to go now, or I'll cry. We lived beautifully here. Something to remember us. A little notebook and a tiny pencil. We'll go this way to the river. Giddy up.
Goodbye.
They're gone.
She sits on the bottom of the terrace close to the ground. The lowest step along the road like a stoop.
And forgot to say goodbye to me.
What about you to them?
Oh, I somehow forgot. In any case, I'll see them soon. I'll leave tomorrow. Yes, only one more little day left. In a year, they'll give me a pension. I'll retire, come back here and live out my century near you. Just one more little year, then I get my pension. I'll come back here to you and change my life from the bottom up, become a quiet, respectable little thing.
Well, you should change your life somehow, my little doll. You really should.
Yes, I feel that too. Ta-ra-ra, boom, da, think I'll sit down, da.
You're incorrigible, Ivan Romanich. Incorrigible.
Be my teacher then. For you, I'll be incorrigible.
Theodore has shaved his mustache. I can't look at him.
Why not?
I would say what your physiognomy now resembles, but I can't.
So what? It's an accepted hairstyle. A shaved face is the modus vivendi. Our headmaster's already shaved his mustache, and when I got promoted, I shaved mine too. No one likes it, but for me, I don't care. I'm content. With a mustache, without a mustache, I'm equally content.
Hooligan sits. In the back of the garden, Andre pushes a baby carriage.
Ivan Romanovich, my little dog, I'm terribly worried. You were on the boulevard yesterday. Tell me what happened.
What happened? Oh, nothing. Silliness. So what?
They say Solyoni and the Baron met yesterday in the boulevard outside the theater.
Stop it. That's enough.
Outside the theater, Solyoni was taunting the Baron, and the Baron wouldn't stand for it and said something insulting.
Oh, no, it's crap.
This one time at the university, a professor wrote in the margins of a student paper, crap, and the student misread it in Latin, thought it said carpe, and tried to conjugate it. Carpo, carpere, carpsi, carptum. Delightfully funny. They say Solyeni is in love with Irina and so hates the Baron. That's understandable. Irina is a very good girl. She's even a little bit like Masha. She's a thinking person. She gets lost in thought. But you have a more temperament, Irina. Of course, Masha has a fine temperament. I love her, my Masha.
Are you giddy up?
Oh, everything scares me today somehow. My
Irina.
things are all packed after dinner. I'll send them off. Tomorrow, the Baron and I will be married. Tomorrow, we move to the brick factory, and the day after tomorrow, I'll start school. A new life is beginning. Somehow, God will help me. When I passed the teacher's exam, I cried with joy, with gratitude. Now, they're here to get my things.
Yes, indeed, you have a good deal of idealism, but you lack seriousness. Lots of ideas, very little seriousness. And yet, I wish you well, from my soul.
My good one, my golden one. You've gone far away. I can't catch up. I'm left behind like some migrating bird that got too old, that can't fly. Fly away, my girls. Fly with God. It was a big mistake, Fyodor Ilyich, to shave your mustache.
Enough. Well, today the officers leave and everything will go on as before. I don't care what anyone says. Masha's a good, honest woman, and I love her, and I'm grateful for my fate. Everyone. Fate is different for different people. I know this one man. He works for the Taxation Bureau. We went to school together, but they expelled him sophomore year because he never could wrap his head around et consecutivum. Now, he's got no money, he's very ill, and when we meet, I say, greetings ut consecutivum. Yes, he says, indeed consecutivum. Then he coughs. But me, I've been lucky all my life and happy. I have the Order of Stanislav, second class, and now I teach others the ut consecutivum. Of course, I'm an intelligent person, maybe more intelligent than a good many, but intelligence doesn't make happiness. No.
Inside, someone plays the piano. The Maiden's Prayer, a simple, sentimental song.
And tomorrow night, I won't be hearing that dumb song on the piano anymore. And I won't be bumping into Protopopov. Protopopov is just sitting there in the living room. He stopped by again today.
And where is our headmistress?
Not here. We sent for her. If only you knew how hard it is for me to be here alone without Olya. She lives at that school, playing headmistress, busy with work all day long. And here I am alone, bored out of my mind. The walls of my room disgust me. I made up my mind. If I'm not destined to go to Moscow, then let it be. It's fate. Nothing can be done. Everything is God's will. It is. Nikolai proposed to me. So I thought it over. I decided. He's a good person. Almost shocking how good he is. And suddenly it was like my soul acquired wings. I got happier and happier and light, and felt again the desire to work. But only yesterday, something happened, a hidden thing hanging over me.
Crappo, crapsy, craptum.
Our headmistress.
The headmistress has arrived. Let's go inside.
Tarara boom da. Think I'll sit down da.
Masha approaches. Andre is in the background pushing the baby carriage.
There he sits and sits and sits.
So what?
Nothing. Did you love my mother?
Very much.
And she you?
That I already don't remember.
Is my man here? That's how our cook Marta spoke of her policeman. My man. Is my man here?
Not yet.
When you snatch happiness in little bits, fits and starts, and lose it like me, you become coarse. Little by little, you become hateful. Right here, in me. It's boiling. Look at Andre, our brother. All hopes fallen away. In the Red Square, thousands of people lifted an enormous bell together, huge amounts of labor and money, and suddenly it falls, it breaks, suddenly, for no reason. Like Andre.
When will it be quiet in this house again? What a racket.
Soon. I have a very old watch. See? It chimes. Ding. The first, second, and fifth units are leaving at 1 o'clock sharp. And me? Tomorrow.
For good?
Don't know. Maybe in a year. Who the hell knows? It's all the same.
Somewhere far off, a harp and a fiddle are playing.
The whole town is disappearing, exactly as if it were a tray of food being covered with those huge metal lids. Something happened yesterday in front of the theater. Everyone's talking about it. I don't know.
Nah, nothing. Silliness. Solioni was picking on the Baron, and the Baron exploded and called him a name, and in the end, Solioni was obliged to challenge him to a duel. Oh, it's already time now, it seems. 12:30 in the clearing, the one you can see from here, past the river. Pop, pop. Solioni fancies himself a Lermontov and even writes poetry. A joke is a joke, but this is already his third duel.
Whose?
Solioni's.
And the Baron?
What about the Baron?
I'm confused. In any case, I say, they shouldn't be allowed to do this. He might wound the Baron or even kill him.
Well, the Baron is a good man, but one Baron more, one Baron less. What's the big difference? Let them. No difference.
Are you giddy up?
Wait, that's Schwarzstov's playing Solioni's second. He's sitting in a boat.
To me, taking part in a duel, even just to be present at a duel as a doctor, is quite simply immoral.
Only seems that way. We're not really here. Nothing exists in this world. Not even us. It only seems that we do. Isn't it all the same?
All day long. Talk, talk, talk. You live in this climate. Every time you look up, it's snowing, and on top of it, we have to talk. I'm not going in the house. I can't. When Vershinin comes, tell me. The migrating birds are off, flying. Swans or geese. Sweet ones. Happy ones.
Our house will be empty. The officers will go, you will go, my sister will go and get married, and I'm staying in this house all alone.
What about your wife?
A wife's a wife. She's honest, decent, well, good in her way, but she has something in her that reduces her to a petty, blind, crude little animal. In any case, she isn't a person. I say this to you as a friend, the only person I can open my soul to. I love Natasha, I do, but sometimes she seems to me incredibly vulgar, and then I get lost, lose myself. I don't understand what I love her for or why. I love her so. Or at least I did.
Brother, I'm leaving tomorrow. We may never meet again. So, a word of advice. Put on a hat, carry a big stick, and go. Be off. Go without a glance back. And the further you get, the better.
Doctor, it's time. 12:30 already.
Coming, I'm sick of you all. If anyone asks for me, Andrusha, say that I'm...
Man can't breathe in any case when a brown bear comes and sits on his face. By the groaning old man.
So?
How's the health?
Like butter from a cow.
The old man is getting upset for no reason. I'll just indulge myself a wee bit. I'll only nip his wing like a wood snipe. See, today I poured out a whole bottle and still they smell like a corpse. Remember the poem? The restless soul seeks out a storm, as if in storms were inlaid peace.
A man can't breathe in any case when a bear comes and sits on his face.
Shouts are heard. Andre and Therapont enter.
Papers to sign.
Oh, leave me alone. Go away. Please, please, I beg you. Oh.
What else are papers for but to be signed?
The only man in town who's happy to see the soldiers go.
It's understandable. Our town will be empty now.
Sweet girl. I'll come right back.
Where are you going?
I have to go in town to see my comrades all.
That's not true. Nikolai, why are you so distracted today? What happened yesterday at the theater?
In an hour, I'll be back with you again. Beloved. 5 years of loving you, and I'm still not used to it. You seem always more and more beautiful. Beautiful, wonderful hair. What eyes. I'll whisk you away tomorrow. We'll work. We'll get rich. My dreams will come alive. You will be happy. It's only one thing. One thing. You don't love me.
That's not in my power. I'll be a good wife. I'll be faithful and humble. But there's no love. What can I do?
More.
I've never been in love, never in my life. Oh, I dreamed of love, dreamed endlessly, day and night. And my soul is like a fine piano that's locked and the key is lost. You look restless.
I've not slept. There's nothing in my life so terrible that I'm scared of it, but that lost key is lodged in my soul. Won't let me sleep. Say something to me.
What? What can I say? The trees are so quiet, everything hidden from us, even the secrets of trees.
Say something to me.
What? What should I say? What?
Something.
Enough, enough.
What silly little things sometimes take on meaning in life. Suddenly out of nowhere. You know they're little nothings, and you laugh at them, but all the same, you go on feeling them. You can't stop. Oh, let's not talk about it. I feel happy, and I see as if for the first time in my life, these firs, maples, birch trees, and they all look back at me, curious, waiting. What beautiful trees. What a beautiful life should be lived under their branches.
Hey, you! Get me up!
Time to go, it's time. That tree is dead, but it's still moving with the others in the wind. So if I die, I'll still be part of life one way or another. Goodbye, my dear. The papers you gave me are on my table under the calendar.
But I'll go with you.
No, no. Irina,
What?
I didn't drink my coffee today. Ask them to make me some.
He exits quickly. Irina stands thinking, then sits down in the swing. Andre enters with the baby carriage. Therapont enters.
But Andrei Sergeyevich, these aren't my papers. They're official. I didn't dream them up.
Oh, where did my past go when I was young, happy, and intelligent? When my dreams and thoughts had some grace, and the present and the future were lit up with hope? Why is it that when we've just started to live, we grow dull, gray, uninteresting, lazy, useless, with flattened out souls? Our town has been around for 200 years. 100,000 people live in it, and there's not a single one who's not just like all the others. Not one that stands out, past or present. Not one scholar, not one artist, not one mildly remarkable person who would arouse envy or passionate imitation. They only eat, they drink, sleep, and die. Others are born, and they too eat, drink, and sleep. And to save themselves from insane boredom, they find variety in vicious gossip, vodka, cards, pointless lawsuits. And wives, they deceive their husbands. And husbands, they lie too, pretending not to see or hear. And this vaguely, inevitably wears away at their children. And God's spark dies in them. They become the same sad, homogeneous corpses as their fathers and their mothers. What do you want?
What? Papers to sign.
I'm sick of you.
Just now, the doorman at the Taxation Bureau was saying, it seems that last winter in St. Petersburg, the temperature was 200 below.
The present is disgusting. But when I imagine the future, oh, how good it becomes easy, spacious in the distance. A little piece of light. I see freedom. how my children and I will be free from idleness, from beer, from goose and cabbage, from epic post-pardinal naps, from being sick leeches.
They say 2,000 people froze. People were scared out of their wits. St. Petersburg or Moscow? Can't remember.
My dear sisters, my good sisters. Masha, my sister.
Who's talking so loud? Is it you, Andrusha? You'll wake Sophie. Elle est fait parfait du bruit. La Sophie est dormi déjà. Vous êtes une ours. If you want to talk, give the carriage to someone else. Farapont, take the carriage.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm talking quietly.
Oh, Bobik, naughty little Bobik, baddie Bobik.
Fine. I'll look at them and I'll sign what I need to sign, and then you can bring them back to the council.
He goes into the house reading the papers. Farapont pushes the carriage. Vershinin, Olga, and Anfisa emerge from the house and listen quietly for a moment. Irina joins them.
Iri, hello, my child, how I live in a brand new government apartment at the high school with Olya. God has blessed me in my old age. From birth, sinner that I am. I've never lived like this. A big apartment the government pays, a whole room to myself and a little bed. It's all on the government. I wake up in the night and, oh Lord, oh Mother of God, no one's happier than me.
We're leaving now, Olga Sergeyevna. It's time. I wish you everything. Everything. Where's Maria Sergeyevna?
She's off in the garden. I'll find her.
If you would, please, I must hurry.
I'll help look. Mashenka? Yoo-hoo!
Well, everything ends, and here we are saying goodbye. Yeah, the town gave us a send-off, a little lunch, champagne. The mayor speechified. I ate and listened, but my heart was here with you all. I've grown so used to you.
Will we ever meet again?
Probably not. My wife and 2 girls will be here for another month or so before leaving. Please, if anything happens or if it's necessary to...
Yes, of course. Not to worry. By tomorrow, there won't be a single officer in town. All will be a memory. And of course, for us, a new life begins. Nothing turns out the way we plan. I didn't want to be a headmistress, and here I am, a headmistress Moscow. It's not to be.
Well, thank you for everything. Forgive me if anything wasn't quite right. I talked too much too much. Forgive me for that too. Don't think ill of me.
Oh, why isn't Masha coming?
What more can I say to you instead of saying goodbye? I could philosophize for you. Life's hard. It can look so dim, so grim, but doesn't it get clearer and more light? One day it will be perfectly light. Oh, it's time for me to go. It's time. It used to be men were utterly consumed with war. Our whole existence was filled with marches, invasions, conquests. Now all that's over, leaving in its wake a big empty space, waiting to be filled in. Mankind searches passionately for the filling. And of course, we'll find it one day. Ah, let it be soon. If only we could add the love of wisdom to the love of labor, and the love of labor to the love of wisdom. But my time is up.
Here she comes.
I came to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
A long kiss.
Let it be. Let it be.
Right. Don't forget. Let me go. It's time. Olga, take care. I already have to go. It's time. Late.
Deeply moved, he kisses Olga's hand and embraces Masha again and leaves quickly.
Let it be. Stop, sweet Masha.
It's all right. Let her cry a little. Let her. My good Masha, my kind Masha. You're my wife, and I'm happy. Whatever happened, I'm not complaining. I won't give you a single bad mark. Olga as my witness. We'll start over again, living as we used to live, and I won't say a word, not a single syllable.
By the bending sea, a green oak tree, where a golden chain is bound. Golden chain is bound. I'm losing my mind. Bending sea, green oak tree.
Oh, be peaceful, Masha. Calm down. Give her water.
I'm not crying anymore.
She's not crying. She's a good one.
A shot is heard faintly from far off.
By the bending sea, a green oak tree, where a golden chain is bound, and on that tree a cultured cat goes round and round and round. A green cat, a green oak. I'm mixing it all up. It's an unlucky life. Now I don't want a thing. I'll soon be calm. It's all the same. What does it mean, a bending sea? Why is that phrase stuck in my head? My thoughts are foggy.
Calm yourself, Masha. There's a good girl. Let's go inside.
I won't go in there. I don't go in that house anymore, and I won't go.
Let's sit together. Let's be quiet. Tomorrow, I'm going away.
Yesterday, I took this mustache and beard away from a sophomore. I looked like a German teacher. Don't you think? Those boys, so silly.
You really do look like the German.
Yes. Oh.
What will be, will be. There, Masha.
A lot like.
So, Parapopov, that is to say, Mikhail Ivanich, will sit with Sophie and Andrei can take Bobike for a walk. It never ends with children. Irina, you leave tomorrow. What a shame. Stay for one more week, won't you? Ah! You scared me half to death. I've gotten used to you. Do you think letting you go will be easy on me? I told the servants to move Andrei and his violin into your room. Let him play in there. And in Andrei's room, we'll put my sweet Sophie. She's such a divine, miraculous child. What a dumpling pie. Today she looked at me with these eyes and said, Mama.
A beautiful child, without a doubt.
So tomorrow I'll be all alone here. First, I'll give orders to chop down this row of pine trees, then the maple. At night, it looks really scary and really ugly. My dear, that belt doesn't suit your face. It's the height of bad tastefulness. You need a pastel, and I'll order little flowers to be planted everywhere. Little flowers, and they'll make so much smell. Why is there a fork here lying on a swing? Why is there a fork lying on a swing? I'm talking to you. Don't talk to me. Shut up.
And she's off.
The band plays a march. Everyone listens.
They're leaving.
All our boys are leaving. Well, happy journey. Let's go home. Wear my hat and coat.
I took them in the house. I'll go grab them right away.
Yes, let's all go home. It's time.
Hold this, Sarah.
What? What?
Nothing. I don't know how to say this.
No, not possible.
Yes, that's the story. I'm exhausted. Can't talk. Incidentally, it's all the same.
What happened?
Oh, terrible day today. I don't know how to tell you.
What? Out with it. What? For God's sake.
The Baron was just killed in a duel.
I knew.
Oh, I'm exhausted. Oh, let them cry a little. Ta-ra-ra, boom, da. Think I'll sit down, da. Isn't it all the same?
Oh, the music. They're leaving us. And one left absolutely and forever. We're left alone to begin our lives over again. We must live. We must live.
One day the time will come when we know why we suffer. There will be an end to all this mystery. But meanwhile, we must live. We must work. Only work. Tomorrow, I'm going away alone. I'll teach school, and I'll give my life away to the people who need it. It's fall now. Winter will be here soon and cover the world with snow. And I'll work. I will work.
The music is so happy, so brave. It makes you want to live. Oh God, time will pass and we'll be gone forever. We'll be forgotten. They will forget our faces, our voices, how many of us there were. But our suffering will turn into joy for those living after us. There will be happiness, peace on this earth. And they will remember us later with a gentle word. They will bless us, we who live now. Oh, my sisters, our life isn't over yet. We will live. The music is so happy, so full of joy, as if we're only one moment away from knowing why we live, why we suffer. Oh, to know, only to know.
Music still plays more and more softly. Hooligan, smiling, happy, brings Masha's hat and coat. Andre pushes Bobik in his carriage.
Ta-ra-ra, boom, da. Think I'll sit down, da. It's all the same, all the same.
To know. To know.
Curtain. Day.
No, I think it's September now.
Okay, let's all go to Moscow.